You're all invited to ask questions or give any comments. If you want to say something, please give us a sign. There are microphones in the place. First, I would like to start with a question. Very open question for the beginning. What was your starting point when you first developed this idea for the film?
The starting point was when Alina Grigore, that played the main character, Sasha, came to me in 2013, I think. Let's do something, exercises or workshops with some actors and non-professional actors, because she is having a, let's say, private school for acting. And I say, okay, let's do something, but why not do a film? And my point was, I want to do a film, but differently that I did before, the way of filmmaking. So at the beginning, she came with a kind of theater play, where all the characters, and maybe from that story it remains nothing, but we start to work on it with these characters. So we build very strong characters. We work a lot on the background and psychology. My first idea was just about time, and remains this monologues about time, and it was called On Time, the first title of the film. But the interest was idea came very late. Actually, that first text that Alina came to me, it was these Romeo and Juliet characters, and it was a direct link to Shakespeare, and probably it remains this idea of impossible love story. Then we build step by step things, and we arrive at this 1 hour and a half.
Okay. So the topic of incest and abortion, which is becoming very strong throughout the film, came in through the process, or was not standing at the beginning?
I think it was something Alina also built it in her story, kind of I don't know how to say, a family with problems, with the mother missing because she died 2 years before, and starting to do these exercises, I put this situation: what if their father, who he is a doctor, and it was some cases in Romania, you are finding out that he, in the Ceausescu time, he did what, how is it called when you say to the police about the woman who wants to get abortion, because it was forbidden. So what if it's this situation? And we shot, not in the filming, maybe 1 year before, we created this situation. It was a very interesting fighting between ideology and not only about moral things, that I like it a lot, and somehow it remains later on in the shooting. And it was a start and point about abortion. Then when we found out that maybe what if it was an instinct thing that I saw in twins, a kind of love, or it's normal to be a love, and I said, what if, and maybe my feeling it's maybe more than normal love, what if it's a sexual love, or it's more than that? And from that point you work on it, and they did a lot of research, and they read a lot of studies from US, from Europe, cases, and they met twins from Romania and discuss about what is between, what is behind this connection. Not necessarily just was twins, but just to understand better and better their characters.
So, as I understood, there was no script in the beginning. The whole thing is developed with the actors through kind of a workshop. But what was and this play you had in the beginning? But what was the actual work with the actors? What was the daily input you gave them?
Yeah, it never was a script, and I told them that I don't want to have a script, basically because that's why I want to be different, to do it differently. I was to be more realistic that I did in films before, and I tried to be very close to observational documentary. And working on it, I found out two things: that it's very specific for real life, our real life. That actually we don't have the chance of the second take, so I imposed them that the shooting will have only one take, the first one, for the authenticity. In a way, we are improvising day by day to survive, and now even if I know that I have to have this Q&A, I'm improvising, or I'm responding to your questions, so it's a kind of improvisation all the time in our life. And the second thing, because my point was that we have goals day by day, even if you want to buy food or to leave the idea that I'm very smart to you. It's a goal, that it's like a script. So in the shooting, each evening I send them by mail goals to each one, what to achieve the next day. And we shoot with two cinematographer, everything like in a documentary style. And I told them all the time, probably will start like this, but I don't know how we will end it. So we had a lot of material, good material. We had also some other parallel story about Gilda and Julie, but finally it remains just incestuous love and moral dilemma and everything. Yeah.
What was, I think your DP is also in here. What was the guidelines you gave for him? How to, since you didn't know how the scenes will look like, what was his role then?
Yes, Adrian, please come here to help me. It wasn't too much to say. I trust their instinct, and I used to, for me, very smart and creative DPs. The same I did with the editing. I just gave them the material because I thought maybe I had a kind of script in my mind, or that I knew that I start from this point, and then I just tried to follow a red line, and it depends on what happened each day of shooting. I gave them goals for the next day, so it was a kind of improvised, and I found out day by day what will follow. So with the DPs and in the editing, I said, when I gave the material to the editor, I said, actually it's not important what was in my mind and what I think will be the film. Just edit, use your instinct and creativity, and then we will speak after you have a film. And it was a 3-hour first cut of the film, and then we work, and it was not easy to reduce to this, what you saw before. So please, Adi, say what I told you.
No, yesterday, for example, I made a kind of joke, and I told that it was the first documentary I made in my life. But in fact, I thought more, and it's not. Because in a documentary, you don't expect in every minute when you have the camera with you to see something really powerful and very... Here, we didn't know, because we didn't know anything about what will happen, but we know that something will happen. And it was very, in fact, that requested a lot of attention, because in every minute, every second, we knew that an actor can say something really important for the story, or making something really important for the story, and will not get to that. So it was just looking with one eye through the camera, and with the other eye looking around and seeing what the other actor do, and it was in fact really, even for us, a mix between documentary and cinema, knowing that even us as cinematographer will not have the chance of the second take. Big responsibility.
Only one take.
Well done! Sorry for the out of focus sometimes.
Are there any questions from your side or comments? There's one in the middle.
Good evening, and thank you for this wonderful movie. I enjoyed the story very much. It was a very, very interesting, intriguing story, and you used all these, even though you said you were just improvising, you used all these various storytelling techniques, and one of them which struck me most and impressed me most was Sasha's face. So when she was talking to people and discussing with them and listening to them, she had this very tense expression on her face, like biting her lips and raising her chin in a way that seemed very tense to me, very like there's an inner struggle. And in the beginning, when we did, also the audience didn't know what would happen and what was actually her reason to ask all these questions. I was wondering, is there more to it? Why is she asking all these questions? Why does she care so much? Is she maybe pregnant herself, or is she just because she's so interested in these things and so engaged in these things because she studies philosophy? And I think this was a very interesting development visible on her face. And I wonder, because you said you gave all of the actors these instructions before the take, was something that came very natural to her, or did she really have to figure it out and work hard to get this kind of expression on her face?
I think maybe I was not clear. Before the take, I didn't give too much instructions. What we work a lot, it was building these fictional characters, and it happened 1 year and a half before the shooting. Then another specific thing was that when we shot the film, they stayed 24 hours in the character shoes in that house, so even the real parents call them and speak with them with the fictional names, just to be as much immersed in the character. So from that point, I think this authenticity and tension came because, like in a real life, she acted and believed in what she said, and everything came very sincere and natural. I didn't want to impose them that you should say this or that, and I think it helped a lot actually this first take. Yeah. It was interesting because Adrian knows we did sometimes the second take because I don't know, something didn't work, the camera, and it was so bad and artificial that we didn't put in the film. And you can do this exercise with, you shouldn't be, it's not necessary to be actors to see how artificial you are if you are trying to say the second time the same thing. If I'm trying now to say the same words like before, probably it will be less emotional because I'm a bit excited, but maybe more artificial and not so tense. So this is what we gained shooting the first take. It was a challenge for me and for the actors, but I think it worked in the end.
There was a question.
Hello, thank you for the film. I'm interested in how is the Ceausescu area discussed in Romania nowadays? Because it started with this informing and it continued like with this moral conflict today. But I would like to know how is this discussed in Romania today?
How is discussed today? I think, I understand. It's very difficult from inside. It's we just had a process with the guy who killed and tortured, and it's the first thing that it was after 20. I don't know. Actually, it's not about.
Yeah, I think we have so big and so many problems in Romania from today, we don't have no more energy to speak about Ceausescu's problems.
Thank you very much. No, actually, I didn't want to talk about Ceausescu's time and how it was, because the abortion or being forbidden, the abortion, it's very actual, and it's a lot of states from South America, not only is the same now, but it's not about it was poor or what happened. There are many cases. There was a very famous one recently in Chile, I think, about a girl who was raped and has a child, and everybody said, let's do something to not have the child and find it. It's a big moral question, where is the truth, and this is what it was a dilemma also for me, and I threw all my dilemmas to the actors to push them in this situation to see how they are interacting.
Are there other?
It's here. Hi, congrats for the topic. It's a good motion picture. We all enjoyed. I have some questions related to the production. I'm curious if you can share with us how much the budget was. How long did it take to produce it, till from the moment you developed the project till the distribution? And also, how long did it take the filmings, basically the shootings? And I'm also interested about the camera. Did you film with Alexa or maybe with Red? That's all, thank you.
I just started because here is Anamaria, Antoci, the producer, will explain. It was a very difficult project. We tried to have some money from the Romanian Film Fund. We were rejected, but we had a big plan, and it's not the first project that we did without money. It was some money, and all the. It's easy to say we didn't have money for the film, but when the whole crew came and offered their services for free, but in the budget you can see there. The shooting was 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, 12 days of shooting and preparing. We started maybe 1 year and a half before the shooting, or discussion and exercises and what we did, building the characters and everything. So.
Hi. So from the moment that Adrian presented the project to me, and he came and said, okay, now I think I'm ready with building the characters, and what do you think, would you be, should you, are you ready to try producing this film? I said, okay, but he said also that he thinks the best moment to shoot this film is in a few months. So I only had like 5 or 6 months to prepare the production, and of course it was not easy to raise the money in this period of time. So we decided, okay, it's a low budget film, and we managed to bring partners that helped us with most of the services. And of course we chose for camera, we shot on 2 Blackmagic Pocket.
Smallest camera in the world. the Blackmagic Pocket, which is really a very, like an iPhone camera. But it was the best choice, not because we didn't have a big budget. Being like a documentary, we were alone, me and my colleague, the other cinematographer, so we didn't have a crew behind us, and we wanted to have to be able to move, because we didn't know exactly what it will happen, and we wanted to have something really small and yeah, but the good choice was to use a very beautiful lens from another period, zoom, super 16mm zoom, 10 to 110, and that gives a very cinematic, I hope, a cinematic look to the movie.
So the conclusion would be that it's a low budget film. The estimated budget is 200,000. Yes, so, but we managed to shoot it because everyone agreed to defer their fees, and we found these partners that help us, and then we managed to find some co-producers who came on board and helped us to finish the film, with bringing, of course, the post-production money.
There is a Polish and a French.
Yes, we have a
co-producer.
Polish co-producer and a French one, and also we managed to find some private money in Romania, and also we had the support of HBO Romania. Yes.
Other questions or comments? If not, I would like to come back one more time to this process. Oh, sorry.
I just would like to say that I'm very, very impressed from this, like the